Welcome to the second lecture of this section, Working with Data Part 2. Like the previous lecture, we have divided this lecture into 5 parts: learning outcomes, scenario, app building process, demonstration, and summary. So let's begin with the learning outcomes. In this lecture, you will learn about virtual columns, data validation, user settings, and app formulas. You will learn all these while building a new app in AppSheet. Let's look at the scenario for which we will build the app. A retail electronics company sells electronic items to its customers. Its stores are at 4 locations: New York, London, Beijing, and Mumbai. All electronic items are more than $200. The company has deputed its sales employees at these stores. The company wants to build a mobile application that can allow its sales employees to record details of each sale. The app should allow a salesman to capture sales ID, product name, sales price, a copy of sales receipt, sales location, and salesperson's email address. It should also allow capturing personal details of the customers, like first name, last name, email, and phone number. In the app, the company also wants to show the commission the sales employees will earn. However, the company does not want to store that commission data in the cloud. The commission for sales employees working in London is 5% of the sales price, and it is 7% for employees at other locations. Let's look at the process we will adopt to build the app for the retail company. In the first step, we will create a blank Google Sheet spreadsheet as a data source for the app. In the second step, we will create an app in AppSheet and connect the spreadsheet with it. In the third step, we will configure the app as per the company's expectations. In the fourth step, we will test and preview the app to see if it meets the expectations of the company. So, let's get started with the demonstration. We recommend that you follow what is being taught in this demonstration and try to replicate it by yourself. It will help you retain the learnings for a longer period of time. Here we are in Google Drive. Let's click the New button and select Google Sheets from the menu. In the first column, enter Sales ID. Product name in the second column. Sales price in the third column. First name in the fourth column. Last name in the fifth column. Email in the sixth column. Phone in the seventh column. Sales receipt in the eighth column. Sales location in the ninth column. And salesperson in the 10th column. Let's rename this spreadsheet to Sales Tracker. The spreadsheet is ready and it can be used with an app now. Here it is saved in Google Drive. Let's refresh the page for the spreadsheet name to appear here. Now let's go to AppSheet to create a new app. Click Create, and from the App drop-down menu, select the first option. Here, enter the app name as Sales Tracker. And from the Category drop-down menu, let's select Sales and CRM. Click the Choose Your Data button. Select Google Sheets as a source. Select the Sales Tracker spreadsheet and click the Select button. Here is the prototype app that AppSheet has built for us. The form shows all the fields matching the columns that we created in the spreadsheet. Let's see what we have here in this form and what we want. In the Sales ID field, it should be the random 8-character unique value that AppSheet should fill on its own. In the Product Name field, a drop-down menu containing the names of all the products would be better so that a user can select a product instead of writing every time a sale is made. In the sales price field, the user should not be allowed to enter a price of less than $200. First name, last name, email, and phone seem okay. Here, in the sales receipt field, we should have a camera icon that can allow uploading images of the sales receipt. And in the sales location field, the work location of the sales employee should be filled automatically every time the form is opened. And in the salesperson field, the email address of the sales employee should be filled automatically. In this demonstration, we will transform this form to meet the company's expectations. Let's close this dialog box. Go to the Data tab. Let's first work with the Sales ID column. Here, its type is price. Change it to text. And as we want to automatically insert a random unique value in this field. So, open the Expression Assistant for the initial value field. Write the function unique ID in this box. The green tick is displayed. Click Save. Let's save the changes. Here we have the Sales ID field with a random unique value. Next column to work with is product name. Its type is name. Let's change it to enum. In the Values option, we will add 5 electronic products as examples. The first is Apple iPhone 14. The second is Dell XPS 9315. The third is LG OLED TV. The fourth is Apple AirPods 3rd generation. The fifth product is Google Nest. We have 5 items, so a drop-down menu will be the appropriate input mode. Click Done. Here we have a drop-down menu with all the products. Now the next column is sales price. Its data type is price. So AppSheet has inserted a $sign before the value along with the plus and minus icons. You can click the plus icon to increment the value, or use the minus icon to decrement the value. It even goes negative. Let's fix its value to a minimum of $200. Click the pencil icon. Here, in the type details, you can set the maximum and minimum limits for the value. In the minimum, enter 200. Click Done. Here you can see that a red warning is displayed saying that the entry is invalid. Let's try 100. Same warning. It went away at 200 and came back again at 199. So, this is how you can set validity rules for the price data type. There is another way to set these validity rules. Let's learn it. Delete this value. Even the 0. Now here, click the Valid If text box to open the Expression Assistant. We will write a formula in this box that will check if the entered price is greater than or equal to 200. If not, it will show a warning. For this, let's first insert the expression for the sales price column from here. This is the expression that you use for column. It is placed inside square brackets. Now, enter greater than 200. The green tick indicates that the equation is valid. We have to insert the equal to sign as well, otherwise the field will not accept 200. Click Save. Let's save the changes. See, it is working the same way we used the minimum value option. It is accepting values greater than or equal to 200 only. But this warning sign does not mean anything. It says that the entry is valid, but it is not giving out any clear direction. Let's make it meaningful. Here, in the invalid value error option, we will insert a warning message that will display below that field. Right? Sales must be at least $200. Adding price will bring more clarity, isn't it? Click Save. And here you can see that warning message. Now it is clear and the user will understand what they need to do here. Now the next columns are first name and last name. Their types are names, which are acceptable. If you click the pencil icon of the first name column, here you can set the maximum and minimum length for the values. Let's keep these at default. The data types for email and phone also look appropriate. The next column that we will work with is sales receipt. Its data type is price. Here you see the price field. We want the camera icon, right? Let's change the type to image. And here we have the camera icon that the user can now use to upload images. Now, the next column to work with is sales location. Let's change its type to text. Now, we will work with user settings. So, before we go further, we should save the changes we have made. User Settings feature in AppSheet allows you to provide some customizable configurations within the app, which the AppSheet users can use to personalize their app experience, including preferences related to data presentations, notifications, and data privacy. When you enable User Settings in your app, you see a Settings view in the menu here. You can configure user settings using this option. Here, you can define up to 10 fields. The table for user settings is like normal tables, as you can see. It has the same schema properties. However, this table stays hidden and stays locally on the user's device and not in the cloud. Let's create a column name called Sales Location. Change its type to text. And save the changes. The Settings view has not appeared in the menu here. It is because we have not enabled the Show property for this column. Now, the Settings view is displayed. And here is the Sales Location field that the user can fill in. As the company is operating only at 4 locations, so having a drop-down menu would be better. So, let's add a drop-down menu. Change type to enum. In the Values option, add the first location as New York, add the second location as London, add the third location as Beijing, and add the fourth location as Mumbai. In the input mode, select drop-down. And now we have a drop-down menu from which a user can choose their location. Let's choose London and click Save. And going back to the Settings view shows that London is the selected option. Now, let's open the form. Here, you can see that the sales location field is still empty. To get the user settings value here, we have to tell the form to import the sales location from the user settings table. Go to the sales tracker table. We will set an initial value for the sales location column. In the box here, write the user settings function. This function is used to fetch the values from the user settings table, and inside the parenthesis write the column name sales location within double quotes. Click Save. But the sales location field is still empty. Let's open the settings view. It is blank here as well. But we had selected London here, didn't we? It happened because when we run an app in the preview mode inside the app editor, user settings get deleted every time the page is refreshed. It allows us to work with a clean slate each time the app is run. Let's select London again and click Save. Now, the sales location field has the location name. Let's see what happens if we change the location to another city. It has changed here in the form as well. And this was all about the user settings and how you can use this feature to allow your users to configure their app. Now let's move to the next column, Salesperson. Its type is Price. We want the email address of the user here. So let's change the type to email. We can pre-fill this field with the user's email every time the form is opened so that the user can save time. Let's open the Expression Assistant for the initial value property of this column. Here, navigate to the Examples tab and to the Other sub-tab. Here are the expressions that are specific to a user. For example, you can use the username function to get the user's name, use the user email function to get the user's email, and so on. Click Insert. The function is inserted in the box here. Click Save. And here you can see the email address pre-filled in the salesperson field. Sales location field is empty because the user setting got deleted. Let's add a city again. Now, our app is almost ready. Let's add some data. In the product name field, select Apple iPhone 14. Enter $800 as the sales price. Enter Jamie as the first name, and Johnson as the last name. enter an email address, let's say jamie@example.com. Enter a phone number. Click the camera icon to open the File Explorer. Here we have a dummy sales receipt in image format. Select it and click Open. The sales location and salesperson fields are already pre-filled. Click Save. Have you noticed this refresh icon? This refresh icon is used to refresh the data of an app. And also notice this orange numbering on this icon. This indicates the sync in progress. And here is the data in detailed view. Adjacent to the phone number, we have two icons, call and text, which you can click to call the customer or send a text respectively. And you can use this email icon adjacent to the email address to send an email. Now notice this computed name field. We did not create a column for it in our spreadsheet, but it is showing here. It is a virtual column created by AppSheet. AppSheet automatically created it, assuming it might be useful for us. It generally inserts an underscore before the virtual column names to distinguish them from regular columns. This is the virtual column here in the Data tab. Its type is name. And it has used an app formula. The concatenate function is used to join two or more text values. Here, it has joined the first and last names of the customers. All the properties of this column are the same as the other columns. Notice that AppSheet also marked it as a label. And therefore, despite being at the bottom of the list here, the computed name is displayed at the top in the Details view. When we disabled its label property, the computed name came down to the bottom. Let's enable it again. It looks good at the top. And the orange icon from the refresh icon is gone. It means that the data has synced with the source. Let's save all the changes we have made. Now, let's go to the spreadsheet. Here, you are already aware of how the data is saved in the spreadsheet. Let's take a closer look at the sales receipt column. The sales receipt column does not contain a link to the image file. Instead, it contains the location of the file. At first, it has the folder where the file is stored, followed by the file name itself. As we learned earlier, our files and images should be stored in Google Drive. So, let's go to Google Drive to search for this folder. Here, you can see that a folder with the same name is present. And inside this folder, we have the receipt. But why this folder is outside the AppSheet folder? This is because the files are stored in the same place where the data source is present. As the Sales Tracker spreadsheet is present in this location, AppSheet created the Sales Tracker image folder here. Let's move this folder and the spreadsheet to their appropriate location. Here is the app folder. We will put them here along with the empty text file. Now, our all data and files are placed here, separate from the data and files of other apps. You should follow this management style to prevent clutter. Now, let's go to AppSheet and add another data to see if everything is working as expected. At first, delete this data from the app. The data is also removed from a spreadsheet. we will insert the same data that we deleted. Here we have all the data. And the same data is reflected in the spreadsheet here. The path of the sales receipt is the same as earlier. Let's go to Google Drive. Now you can see that we have two files of the same name. AppSheet successfully stored the data even after we moved the folder. The first picture is from the data that we deleted from the app. But the file is still here. You have to delete this file manually. And look at this root folder here. No new folder is created, and everything is as we left it. The new folder structure is working smoothly, isn't it? Now we are left with one final addition to our app, which is to display the sales commission earned by the salesperson. For this, we will add a new virtual column. Let's name the column as Commission. And here we will write an app formula that will calculate the commission. Let's use the if function. In the parentheses, insert the expression for the sales location column. Followed by an equal to sign, and London in double quotes. This is the logical expression that will be evaluated for true or false. Enter a comma, then insert the expression for the sales price column, followed by an asterisk. 5% can be written as 0.05. So write 0.05. Now enter another comma. 7% can be written as 0.07. We have missed inserting the sales price column and asterisk here. Let's copy it from here and paste it. The expression is ready. If this logical expression is true, the user will see the calculated value generated using this expression. If it is false, the user will see the calculated value generated using this expression. Click Save. And here you can see a new column called Commission. And here shown is a new field for commission. And it is also shown for the data that we filled in earlier. It shows the computed commission that the salesperson will get on this sale. Now, let's add another data. In the product name, select LG OLED TV. Enter 350 as the sales price. Enter Robert as the first name. Enter Mackenzie as the second name. Enter an email, let's say robert@example.com. Enter a phone number. Click the camera icon to open the File Explorer. Here we have the same receipt that we used earlier. Let's replace Jemmy's name with that of Robert. Now select the file and click Open. The sales location is again empty. The user settings got deleted. Let's enter it manually. Write New York. And notice that the commission amount is automatically computed and displayed. Let's change the location to London. Commission recomputed. Again, change the location. and the commission computed again. Click Save. And here is the detailed data. You can see that all the fields are showing properly. The computed name, sales ID, sales price, first and last name, email and phone, sales receipt location, email of the salesperson, and the commission. The app is ready, and it can now be used by the company for its salespersons. And this is where the demonstration ends. In this lecture, you learned about virtual columns, data validation, user settings, and app formulas. You learned all these while building a new app in AppSheet. And this is where this lecture ends. In the next lecture, we will work more with the Data tab. You will learn how to work with multiple tables in an app. We will write some more interesting formulas. And you will learn to create slices or subset of data from a table. You will learn all these while creating a new app in AppSheet. See you in the next lecture.